All right, and he's off. So this is Ninja Gaiden 1, or Ninja Ryukenden in Japan. Came out in, I think, 1989, as given by the intro, of course. And it's pretty much all about just doing a bunch of ninja stuff. Jumping, slashing. Ooh, I haven't even seen that alternate boost there in 1-1. Very nice. So pretty much right away, you're employing a lot of just crazy tricks in this game. And the item he has right now is Spin Slash. If you've played this, you remember how overpowered this item is. 119 on the timer. That's a perfect first stage, practically. But the Spin Slash allows you to just take down these bosses right away. It was a beautiful 1-1. Of course, the game ramps up in difficulty pretty quick here. Something to note is that when you slash your sword while standing on the ground, it forces you to stop for 20 frames. So pretty much all of your attacks need to be done in midair, so you can do it without stopping. So something pretty cool you'll see Ohon employ while climbing ladders in this. It's slightly faster if you start jumping off the wall while you're climbing. It's kind of hard to do because the game is a little bit restrictive in its controls. It requires a lot of precise D-pad movement. And oh, this is a beautiful stage. This will be a 1:11 on the timer, which is kind of like a milestone for Ninja Gaiden speedrunning. And you'll notice he swaps out the Spin Slash for this Windmill Shuriken here. Beautiful 1:11, by the way. So the Spin Slash, whenever you attack in midair, it automatically... Ooh, that was kind of a strange Windmill Shuriken blunder. I've never actually seen that.
Me neither, actually.
But yeah, when you attack in midair while you have the Spin Slash, it automatically uses it. But for all the other specials, okay, except for the Invincible Fire Wheel, it's the only point in the run where he picks this up. But for the other specials, or ninjutsu, you have to press up and B. And particularly, you have to let go of pressing forward when doing it. So you sacrifice a little bit of time every time you have to use any specials. And you see a little bit of a problem with the Hammer Brother, as we call it there. Those guys that just chuck these hammers or swords or whatever. They're the primary random element in the game. Still, a 106. Not a bad 2-2 for some of that bad luck. 2-2 is where the game kind of ramps up in difficulty quite a bit and is kind of a stopping point for new players. There's several of those stages throughout the run that just kind of shoot at you with a lot of difficulty. 3-1 is a single room stage. So some of the stages, the way the game works is if you die in any room, it puts you back at the beginning of the room. So 3-1 is one giant room, so if you die, it's back at the beginning. If you game over, it's always back to the beginning of the stage, with one exception near the end of the game. So beautiful 3-1. This is perfect execution. The only point where you actually slow down is when throwing that shuriken to really reveal the Art of the Fire Wheel. So this is one of the few bosses, or rather one of the few acts that does not have Spin Slash. So Art of the Fire Wheel, which is his current weapon, is used to defeat the boss quickly. 3-2 has an Art of the Fire Wheel kind of out of the way. Ooh, a little bit of trouble with the hitboxes with the sword slashing. There's not much you can do about that in this game. It just takes a lot of... You have to feel it out. Different enemies kind of have different hitboxes. It's weird. Yeah, with the intense music, this is another single room stage, so any death sends you back to the beginning. It gets quite difficult once you reach this. So Ohon's coming up with his final jump here, and he makes it. That's very scary. But once you speedrun the game a lot, you usually get it. And we'll see how fast he defeats the Act 3 boss. Beautiful Art of the Fire Wheels there. I believe you can kill him one shot earlier when he's on the left side of the screen,
yeah,
but it's very precise.
He was trying it out there with the early jump into the fight.
Yeah, he definitely went for it. So 4-1 and 4-2 kind of toned down a little bit. They're not as difficult as the previous stages, but that'll change very quickly. So that's very interesting. Ohon saved some of his Spin Slash right there. So when you have the Spin Slash, I mentioned earlier that when you attack in midair, it automatically uses it. You can actually force it to do a Sword Slash instead if you want to maintain some really good wall jumping there. Oh, check that out. Yeah, if you get hit by the bird while you're climbing there, that means your wall jumping was very successful. Nice 4-1. Here's the Ninja Gaiden 2 song, or Ninja Gaiden 1 song. Oh, cool. He spin slashes that bad. That's very interesting.
That was... I'm gonna try and learn that.
Yeah.
That was pretty...
So what's cool about that is, he didn't depend on the Hammer Brother RNG right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Hammer Brothers gave him a bad pattern where they're throwing hammers, but normally you have to conserve just enough spin slash to be able to take them out. The birds are still on the screen and he handles it beautifully. This will be a 120. Miniature boost. Very nice. So 4-3 is pretty much the largest stage yet. It's got like 5 different rooms. Lots of tricks. It's a tough speed stage. Really nice boost off of that Mike Tyson right there. That spin slash up to the ledge there is actually much harder than it looks, but he handled it very well. His Ninpo management is really cool. I've never actually seen this kind of Ninpo management. He's using some different tricks there. Okay, so he had a delay there to make sure he didn't get hit by the bullet because it's important to spawn that machine gun guy and not stop moving so that those bullets will be in the right spot and you can boost off of them. Very good technique there in the final section.
Yeah, like you said, his Ninpo management, I've never seen it before. It was really good.
Yeah, it's much different than pretty much all of the English-speaking speedrunners have kind of routed out for this game. So Ohon is definitely on... Okay, so he went for this strange manipulation technique that pushes that Hammer Brother a little bit lower on that platform so you can boost off of him, but it's extremely precise. Sadly, he missed it. But it does save about a second on this stage, which is important in Ninja Gaiden speedrunning. This game is very, very optimized. Any second is huge once you're at the top level of this game. Absolutely huge. So he's going to go for this bird manipulation right here. Ooh, oh, very nice. Okay, cool. He used the... That's very interesting. He used the windmill shuriken to take out that bat, which normally, if you try to make that jump without stopping, that bat will just hit you right into the pit. It's very good 5-1. I'm going to pick up a spin slash here at the beginning of 5-2. Again, this is a stage that really ramps up the difficulty of this game and has some very tricky jumps. And Ohon's really, he's going to be stocking up on a lot of Ninpo right here. 60 is pretty much the ideal amount at this point. So he's on very good pace. Very tricky jump right there. This screen has some very, very tricky jumps. I'm going to be saying that a lot now. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Oh, 117 on 5-2.
Almost 118 also. God.
So good.
So good.
And coming into 5-3, it's just more insanity. Another very long stage. The enemy placement starts to get very brutal, introducing these jetpack ninjas here. Takes the top route and then jumps to manipulate the position of that jetpack ninja so he doesn't get hit. These jumps are very precise, very nice. And he gets the amazing Sex Panther boost, as we call it. Very cool, grabbing the ladder from the opposite side. His Ninpo count is great, his health is great. This is a really good 5-3. Ooh, that extra Ninpo allowed him to take out that God Hammer. Bad RNG from the Hammer Brother, but he had prepared for it. This will still be a really good 5-3 time.
108.
Ooh, I just lost the stream.
Oh, me too. Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. These jumps are very precise.
I lost it too.
Same thing as before.
Right when we were moving into the final act as well.
I can hear the stream though.
I can hear it as well.
There's a window over.
Should we let him know? If he even is watching the chat. So that's too bad. He was on an extremely good pace. There was very few mistakes. Given a really good Act 6, he was certainly on pace for around 12 minutes. Should we let him know?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do anything
I believe
before.
he's resetting the stream. It went offline.
Okay, it's back.
Okay. Okay, looks like he's shredded through 6-1 and 6-2. He's on the final stage right now, in the third room of the final stage, setting up the bird boost. There's some very precise jumps to manipulate the position of the bird's Y position. Allows him to jump across that pit without having to take out that hammer brother. Very nice. And it's really important to keep the spin slash you obtain from 6-2 and keep it all the way until the end of the act. What makes that difficult is not accidentally picking up other weapons in the meantime. A 107 is a very solid 6-3 time. The spin slash should take out the first form of the 3 final bosses. Sadly, you lose it for the next 2, so it's all sword from here. So here's Jackio. This is penultimate point of the speedrun. Utilizing a special sword slash canceling technique, similar to what we saw in Kid Icarus.
Very nice, thank you.
Beautiful kill. That was 3 cycles, right?
Yeah.
And that was on the first pass of the last cycle, so that's almost, yeah, that's practically perfect.
11 on 9.
So after
really
defeating the head,
miss.
yeah, he's, yeah. This is really tricky jumping over this.
Wow.
Oh my god. Very nice. Such a great run. I have to see the timer here. Was that sub 12?
Oh crap, I